I mean, they hated big tech until now they love big tech because Elon Musk took it over. It's just their populism is that our guys aren't in charge of all of the most...
Today we have Sam Seder going against Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is acting like a drunken fool as usual. Sam Seder is making fun of him. Let's get into it.
Hear them. They're going to talk about a woke company. Let's hear this.
Climate activist Pete occupying BlackRock headquarters over its investment in fossil fuels. BlackRock, you are not going to find a more left-leaning investment firm anywhere in the known cosmos. Pete, this makes my point I've spoken about a lot, that the cancel culture movement is inherently cannibalistic. Yes. People like you and I just ignore them, so they only go to the weak, which are people on the left, and they're going to start eating their own soon because they're the only victims left.
You're exactly right. So when you appease them, then they throw coal on your headquarters and stand and block your entrance because it's never good enough. Once you appease, they come for more. BlackRock, by the way, it's not just another woke corporation. They are the leader of the environmental, social, governance, ESG movement, which is really attempting to address climate change, diversity, equity, inclusion, and virtue signal about how virtuous they are to the woke left. Yet they still need to invest in fossil fuels, oil and gas, because of the strength of that industry, and they do. So they try to have it both ways. They try to make money, and then they try to stave off the mob by pretending like they're some social justice investment firm, which is never good enough. It's not good enough until all the executives there are living on Little House on the Prairie, maybe in Tennessee, with no running water and no lights. Maybe then they will satiate that crowd.
Clearly wasted. But the interesting thing is that they really have a problem with BlackRock.
Yeah.
And it's because of the wokeness and the DEI-ness and whatnot. And this is why MAGA is so upset. First, Bobby Kennedy goes out and tells people you actually should get vaccinated for the measles because the measles is a actual real disease, not a fake disease that you can wish away with crystals and vitamin A. And now here's Donald Trump last night. Back to further enhance.
And right, it seems like Pete Hegseth has lost track of the script. He doesn't know who to blame at this point. BlackRock being Democrat, yeah, right, for sure, dude.
Enhance our national security. My administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it. Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not... Okay, we don't need to hear him list through the rest of that.
Although he does lie about how many Americans died and completely discounts the fact that a majority of the people that died were basically laborers from the West Indies. But
What's this name of that big company?
yeah, he was getting a little slurry towards the end. The denture gel.
Things are slipping. Things are slipping. Look at that. After Trump applies pressure, Wall Street giant moves into Panama, an investor group led by BlackRock.
No longer woke, it appears.
Apparently, BlackRock, there's going to be a woke guards, essentially, on both ends of the Panama Canal, because the ports are on boof sides.
Well, you've got to keep it out. The wokeness tries to come in on multiple fronts.
I bet you they hire Panamanians there, too. Part of their DEI program, probably.
We need a wall around the Panama Canal until we can find out what the hell is going on.
All around the whole thing. Got to shut the whole thing down, find out what the hell is going on. And Dana Loesch, I guess she's still around.
She's around?
Yeah.
I thought that she kind of faded into irrelevance after, being an NRA influencer as that company,
But here's the thing that's so hilarious about them is look at they're going to have.
Right, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but BlackRock is not a left-leaning company whatsoever. I don't believe any of these corporations could even be considered left-leaning, considering that they all, pay off to make the life of the average American harder. They want to, make their capital, they want to extend their capital, and it is by, working people harder. It is by paying them less. That's the way that they're going to get more money. These corporations by no means will ever be left-leaning. They may put these little signifiers out there. They may put these things where they're, virtue signaling. But as far as caring about the working class people, these corporations could give two shits.
Have a momentary moment where they go, what? The biggest demon on Wall Street to them was BlackRock. And I'm no fan of, if it was up to me, I think everybody know, I would tax them out of existence. But they will take a beat, and then they'll be like, okay, whatever, daddy.
But that's what right-wing populism is, right? It's like it's a false premise, because they just pick the companies that they have decided are like the ones they're going to go after culturally, and they make that into an anti-corporate message.
Yes.
There's no there. I mean, they hated big tech until now they love big tech because Elon Musk took it over. It's just their populism is that our guys aren't in charge of all of the most profitable companies in the world, and that's the big problem.
Free speech, uber alles, unless they're coming for college students on campuses about talking.
So there we have it, you guys. We have Sam Seder, just calling out the stupidity, hypocrisy of the right, mainly Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is wanting to say that BlackRock, is going woke, and that the people are eating they're cannibalizing their own movement, when it's clear that you just have these companies that are going to virtue signal, that aren't doing really crap, that just want to get a free pass saying, oh yeah, we're an ally. Whenever in actuality, what do they care about us? How do they care about the American people? And the truth is that they don't. There's no way that they could ever convince anyone that they do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.